and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new and you like makeup, beauty, hair or hauls, then please consider subscribing. Apologies in advance for the background music. My neighbours are having some work done, I think, and yeah, it's been going on for a few days now, and to be honest, I needed to crack on, so we'll just ignore that. But anyway, for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Pelcas Dermaplaning Tool. So skin is looking a bit flat at the moment. All I've done is my cleanser so far because I am going to be testing this out in today's video. And basically this is an electronic dermaplaning tool. So you're probably familiar with the term dermaplaning. It has been around, well, it's been around for ages, but it's kind of come into the limelight, shall I say, over the past couple of years. If you're not aware or you haven't seen me before, then you may not know that I have 20 years or over 20 years actually experience in the beauty industry. I used to be a beauty therapist. So I am actually trained in dermaplaning. Normally I use these little manual tools. This is actually a proper scalpel. Don't use this if you're not trained. But this one is a step up from, you know, doing it manually. So as I say, the company brand is Pelcas or Pelcas, and this retails for around $80, which you may think is quite a lot more money than using a manual scalpel, but obviously they're disposable. Really, you should only be using those kind of once or twice at most before you dispose of them, whereas this one you can use over and over. So inside the box we get this little set here. So this is our main device here. We have these two boxes just here. This one contains your blades, this one contains your charging cable, and then obviously we have a little instruction manual in there as well. I must say, love the colour. This is a really nice shade of like pastel pink. So if we take out the charger, so this is what it looks like. So we have a little kind of contactless charger just here, and then we have our cable as well. It's one of these cables. What is that, a lightning cable? And yeah, we just kind of pop it into the charging port just there, and then obviously if it's plugged in, we then take, yeah, this part here, so the piece with the metal bit on the bottom, and you just slot that in there, and then you can just leave that to charge. I've already done that. It does actually come pre-charged anyway, so you can get like one use out of it before you need to charge it if you want to. So this is another box that was in the larger box as well, underneath the blades. So this one contains a couple of exfoliating attachments as well. So we do actually have this one here, which as you can see is a finer, I'd say, grit. So this one is a 200 grit, and then we also have a 100 grit, which is this one just here. So as you can see, that is a bit coarser than the other one. If I put them together like that, you can kind of see the difference in the coarseness between the two. And then this little box, as I say, contains your blades. So that's what they look like. So we've got all the blades in there. There is actually 5 spare blades in there as well. So again, just very carefully taking out the one, that's what they look like. So they are quite sharp blades, and they do have, show you that way around, tiny little teeth on them as well, which is really good. So unlike the dermaplaning tools, these ones do have like tiny little teeth on them. So, you know, they are going to be able to get into the coarser hairs better. So before we go ahead and start using the device, I just want to say that dermaplaning isn't just about hair removal. So a lot of people think, oh, dermaplaning is just shaving your face. It isn't. There is a lot more to it than that. It's about it's about regenerating the skin. So it's about removing that sort of dead top layer of the skin cells as well, so you get a really good exfoliation, but it's also quite a gentle way of exfoliating. So it's a lot better than, say, using a scrub, for example. You know, they're not the best unless they're super fine and you don't overuse them. They're not the best thing for your skin. Obviously there are chemical exfoliants as well, which are actually a bit better for your skin, but then if you've got very sensitive skin, you'll probably find that you can't use those either. So yeah, it's not just about removing the hair, you know, having baby smooth skin or anything like that. There is a lot more to it. You know, it's a really nice beauty treatment in itself. So if we go ahead and set up the device, I must say that this design is kind of like, what is that, hexagon? Yeah, like a hexagon design. So it makes it really easy to hold as well. So I really appreciate that. It's also so soft. It's a really nice material on the actual product itself. It's really, really soft. So I have already cleansed my skin. I did that before we started the video. So I'm going to go ahead and use the device now. So I'm going to start off by exfoliating my skin just to loosen those dead skin cells so that they're ready for when I do the actual dermaplaning part. So I've taken the 200 grit exfoliating file, nail mode, and yeah, we just literally, it's so easy, it just slots in like that, and that's actually magnetic, so it's nice and secure as well. And what I'm going to do is just use this literally all over my face. So I'll just grab my mirror. So we have a little power button just here, so we're just going to give that a long press like that, and then as you can probably hear, we've got like a vibration going on now as well. This does have 3 speed settings of vibration. So to do that, we just literally do a short press, and then that's 2 and 3, which is, you know, I can feel that in my hand. That's quite quick. So when you do this, you want to be going with the hair rather than against the hair. I know this bit isn't dermaplaning, but yeah, that's how you do it anyway. Try and keep your face nice and tight. So obviously I'm going to be talking, but try and kind of position your mouth as such to have a nice tight skin, because you don't want to drag it and cause wrinkles. So just like that. Okay. You see here, so I get quite a lot because I use quite strong retinoids in my skincare routine, and yeah, I get quite a lot of dry skin around these areas build up, which is fine when I exfoliate, but as you can see, it's really nicely lifted. That actually feels really soft as well. It's really nicely lifted those to the surface. Obviously, with regards to the exfoliation part, you can do this as often as you need to. So I would probably choose to do this as I normally would like a manual exfoliation. As I said, I normally use the powders, but yeah, I would do this probably twice a week. And then the neck. So with the neck, we're moving up. Just be really careful when you get to the middle, because obviously you don't want to be going over your windpipe here. So just kind of go either side. And when you get to here, you can lift your neck right up and just get that bit right under the chin if you want to. That's great. I don't know if you can see on my neck in particular, look at that, where it's lifted all of the dead skin to the surface. You can really see it around there. Right then, so that's the exfoliation part done. So we'll just turn that off for now, and we can remove that tool there. This obviously doesn't contain any electronics or anything like that, so you can wash this. You can put this in warm water, use a little bit of soap if you want to, and you can give that a good little wash for next time. So next we're going to take our blade, and we're going to pop that, just like we did the last one, into the device there as well. Just make sure it's nice and secure, give it a good little press. As I say, it is magnetic anyway. So with this one, as I said before, we're going to go with the hair, not against the hair. Right, so before I start doing the kind of the hair removal part, should we say, I am going to just give you a quick close-up. So let's pop you on the macro camera. I don't know what's happened with the audio, but for some reason the syncing's gone out from now on. I do apologise for it, and I know it's really annoying, but you can hear me absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave it as it is, because obviously I can't wait another 2 weeks for my hair to grow back to record it. But yeah, I do apologise, but I'm just going to leave it as it is because there's nothing I can do. Really up close and personal now. So hopefully you can see I am very fair. So I know it's quite hard to see, but hopefully you can see around here the hair growth that I've got. It's not major, I know it's not, and it is very fine. And as I say, I am very fair, but it's there. I'm going to start over here, again, putting your skin nice and tight. And you kind of go at a 45-degree angle. So round here, you can see I've got real kind of fuzz just here. So that's so weird because you can literally hear it. That's actually really good. And then if I show you really up close, you can see just from that little bit, the hairs and you see that dead skin just there, all the dead skin in the blade just there. Just wipe that off, because obviously you don't want it getting clogged with the hairs or anything, because then it's not going to work as effectively. So we'll just continue. I might put you on a time lapse. Wow, that is really, really good. Really good. Sometimes if I'm using a manual blade, I find I have to kind of go over the area a few times. You're not supposed to, but sometimes I do need to, because it doesn't kind of remove the hair as well as I'd want it to. Whereas I have to say, this has really done it so well. I'll try and get as close as I can on this camera. But yeah, it's so smooth, really smooth. The other benefit of using a dermaplaning tool as well, I forgot to mention before, is that, you know, afterwards, your skincare, it doesn't have a barrier. So your hair's not there, your dead skin cells aren't there. It's not going to have that barrier that's going to cause your skincare to not work to its full potential. So your skincare will literally penetrate right into the skin without having that kind of, yeah, that barrier basically, as I say. And also makeup goes on really, really nice after you've had dermaplaning done as well. It's kind of like a really smooth canvas. That's that part all done. I am so impressed with that. I really am. Look, that is my little cotton pad that I was wiping my blade on. So as you can see, all this here, there are hairs on there as well, but as I say, they are fine. So obviously with it being white, you're not going to be able to see those as well. But all this dead skin cells, all this build up, you know, sort of, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do double cleanse every morning and every evening, but you are still going to get some build up in your pores. The pores are deeper than you think. So yeah, you can see all of that has been lifted and removed, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm so impressed with that. I really am. So yeah, hopefully you can see a bit better now. But oh, it's so soft. It really is. Baby soft. Yeah, you can see. Can you see now? All of the hairs that were there, they've all completely gone. Yeah, there, which is an area that often gets missed, is, you know, you can see where all the dead skin has lifted off. So obviously I'm going to wipe that away in a moment. But yeah, it is so nice. My skin just feels lovely. It really does. So once you've gone ahead and you've done all that, you can go ahead and cleanse now. I would recommend using afterwards, obviously do your normal skincare, but try to use products that, I mean, I'd say that anyway, but try and use products that don't contain any fragrance or alcohol, because it can actually, you know, it can sting a bit and it can irritate, because obviously, you know, you've just kind of opened up those pores. So yeah, it's going to be a bit stingy if you do. What this will do as well is any loose hairs, any of that dead skin cells that are on the surface of the skin, it's going to just remove those for you. So yeah, in conclusion, I would highly recommend this device. I think it is absolutely brilliant. It's great that it has the exfoliating side to it as well, and it's not just a blade. Because as I say, you can lift all the dead skin to the surface before you go ahead and, you know, use the blade on it, and you're picking up the dead skin cells, you're picking up the hairs, and you are left with amazing skin. I can honestly say that my skin feels so smooth, better, honestly, hand on heart, better than using just a manual blade. It is so nice. Yeah, as I say, when I use a manual blade, sometimes I find I have to go over the area a few times, which, as I said before, you shouldn't do, but, you know, I do. And this seemed to just pick it up all in one go. I think it's because it's got the little teeth, and obviously it's got that vibration in it as well. It's yeah, it's going to obviously be working a lot harder than just a single blade, just going in one sweeping motion. So yeah, really good little device. I'm so pleased with it. So I hope you enjoyed watching and found this video useful. I do have a discount code actually for Pelcas, which I will pop in the description box below for you. I think it's valid across the whole website. They do a lot more than just this tool here. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me. If you did enjoy watching this video and you'd like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!